Teachers, they teach.
They do. That is a fact.
There you go.
We just talked about being a teacher like 2 episodes ago.
We did, yes. You were correct. I believe that was the career episode.
Yes.
It's one of those episodes.
One of those episodes.
But now we're going to talk about the teacher.
Yep.
Gotta get to unlock some more backstory.
Getting some backstory on the teach after many, many episodes.
24 episodes now?
Yes. Because it's episode 24.
It is, yes.
Of our podcast.
Of our podcast. We are discussing season 2, episode number 10.
Yes.
Of K-On! Here on Jared and I Watch K-On! I'm Jared. That is Doc Owl and Lady M.
Hello.
Spray bottle at the ready.
It is at the ready.
Locked and loaded.
Got the fingers on the trigger.
Itchy trigger finger.
I guess I should have like a trigger safety. You always put it on the side, not on the pull.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
You also need like a holster. You do some do a revolver spin.
Oh my god! Yeah, right.
That'd be very good. So teacher.
Yeah. So we're gonna talk about our teach.
Al's gonna get very upset about hand signals.
Man, it's not hard, and it's something that irritates the heck out of me when it comes to people who like think that they know about metal, and I'm like, you clearly know nothing about metal if that's what you're doing, and it irritates me so much, and I see it all the time, and I'm like, please learn your hand signals. This is not hard.
You're my best friend.
Thank you.
So yes, exactly.
Yes.
We begin this episode.
Tuck your thumb in when you're doing the metal signal.
It's horns.
Horns. You throw the horns. You tuck the thumb in. You don't have the thumb out.
Exactly.
That means something entirely different.
Ronnie James Dio will tell you it's just these.
Man, and if you're not listening to Ronnie James Dio, what are you doing with your life?
That's a great question.
What are you doing with your life?
Great question. These have been some weird episodes.
Why?
we hang out in person and it's just like it gets this.
We hang out virtually and it's like this.
Okay, fair.
What's different?
You know you're not wrong.
Other than you can see my facial expressions and know that they're ridiculous, and sometimes I make dumb facial expressions.
They're good facial expressions. This episode, we begin as Mugi is going to school. She notices Miss Yamanaka talking to someone in a car, and she's like,
You know they can't see that, right?
I was doing that for you.
Okay.
The dramatic effect of doing the thinking pose.
Okay, but before that, you were like flailing.
Gotta flail those arms out.
Flail! Then think.
We see Miss Yamanaka's routine after school, and then they're just all sitting in the light music club. She's got her feet in a bucket of hot water. It looked like their logo for a second. I was like, why do they have their logo in this bucket?
She's like, I'm so tired. And then they tell her to get orthopedic shoes.
They do. She's still very much like hiding her light music club past because she doesn't want to scare people. She doesn't want to like have people think of her in a different light.
She's like, I have to be serious teacher.
She thinks that if people knew about what her past, they would come to school all dressed up as punks,
Yeah.
not listen to her, and
Correct.
just throw the classroom into chaos.
Yes.
Which, Ozzy says, like, you are literally overthinking this. What are you doing?
Yeah.
So that all happens. She gets a phone call, and literally she answers like, why are you calling me right now? I told you not to call me at this time. What are you doing? I have to go take this. Please excuse me.
They're like, who?
Who could this be?
Does she have a boyfriend?
So they go to investigate it, and yes, they all think it's a possible boyfriend.
And they're like, Mio, you're hot. You should have a boyfriend.
All the boys would be into you, like all the girls are. And
Yeah.
Mio's like,
The light music club is my boyfriend.
ooh.
Very nice. Very nice. And then Ritsu gets bonked on the head. She's like, why am I the only one? Everybody else said it too.
While that all happens, the person that Miss Yamanaka is waiting for comes. It is a lady.
Hey,
and they're all
lady.
like, oh.
That's not a boyfriend.
This is lame. And then they still follow them to like a restaurant, which just becomes a friggin' comedy of errors as they try to
Yeah.
get into a booth, but somehow it's too crowded.
Yeah, they have a party of 5, but it's for a booth for 4, so trying to figure out how to fit them all in. And also, like, Yui is just determined she's also going to wear Gita in the booth.
Because of course.
And, like, that would be a struggle.
Yui's gonna Yui.
Yui's gonna Yui. And Ritsu's like, we'll have 5 espressos. Okay, there's a self-serve machine over there. Never mind! We'll do
cake and
desserts.
Sweets.
Also, we're paying individually. Yui's like, no.
I wanted the good stuff. Also, she gets mad because someone orders something she wanted to order, and they're like, you can order the same thing. That's a waste. There's so much good stuff.
So funny. Yui's great.
So they do that, and then they wait outside.
The lady notices that they're there.
Yes.
And she's like, why do you keep looking behind me? Look. Oh, there's a waitress there. And they're like, don't say anything.
They're all laying down in the bench or in the booth, and they're like, shh. It's ridiculous.
Yep. So after Teach leaves, then the lady shows up behind them and is like, hey! And Mio loses her color.
Which also Yui's like, I recognize her. And everyone's like, what?
Yeah.
She's like, yeah, she was in the light music club with Miss Yamanaka. And they're like, what? And then yes, she comes up and scares her. She introduces herself as Christina.
Christina.
Not Aguilera.
No.
She did not want to put a genie in a bottle.
Do like the weird hand thing. Watch a video of Christina Aguilera and tell me she doesn't do it. Fight me.
So yeah, she introduces herself and she wants to discuss something with the Light Music Club. They go to, this is a roadside yatai. I think it's just like a food stall outside.
Yeah, like a food stall. She's like, buy anything you want.
And they're like, oh, food. Thank goodness. She takes Yui's guitar and starts playing it and jams out. And they're like, ooh, this is cool. She's neat. Mugi orders some Ganmadoki because she's like, that sounds neat. I've never had it before. It's probably good. And
I just like the name.
Oz like, what? This lady also introduced herself as Nordami. That's her real name. And
yeah.
Yui's like, wait, you're not a foreigner?
You're not a foreigner?
And she's like, hey, yeah, so I needed help with something. And then she mentions that Miss Yamanaka's getting married.
And everybody... Well, it's silent for like 10 seconds. And then like the entire stall explodes. And then she's like, never mind, that's not actually happening. But somebody else is getting married.
It's joke.
Yeah,
so someone else is getting married. And the person getting married wanted a performance from their version of the Light Music Club.
Yes.
And... basically, everyone's down for it except Miss Yamanaka. She's
correct.
Like, no, I can't do it. I don't want to participate. My image will be ruined forever. So yeah, they get all that, and the next day they have English class, which is a independent study. As a Loki man wanders on by.
That is a Loki man.
He is he's treading on thin water.
Thin ice, you mean?
Thin water.
And they start passing notes in class.
Yes.
And eventually they get caught, and it is an inappropriate picture. And Mugi's like, I did it. I started this. Can I stand out in the hall? And
they're like, okay.
She's like, that's not necessary, but yeah, sure, if you want to. And Mugi's like, finally, my 12 years of schooling, I've always wanted to do this. I can graduate now. Everyone's like, what are your dreams?
What are you doing?
Meanwhile, Yui's like trying to reach the sign and finally hits it. She's like, I did it!
And then they're like, okay, well, let's talk about what happened last night. And then Yui's like, wait, what happened?
That happened?
That happened? That was real? They're like, you were
there!
What are you doing? Ritsu remembers that they were threatened with special training if they don't get Miss Yamanaka to agree to perform, and they envision it as special training of like having to perform music while having no instruments and making the soul of music appear throughout.
Yes.
Like, and then Miss Yamanaka's like, hey, why don't you come back into the club room?
Yep.
Or the school, the classroom. That thing. It's been a while. What are you doing? They go to the faculty office later and they see Miss Yamanaka taking pictures with blushy freshmen. I'm like, wow, she's popular. So they don't ask her about it.
Nope.
And they tell Nordomy about it. And she's like, well, maybe you can help in another way. And then later, Yui's at home listening to a song from the former Light Music Club on her CD player. Do you remember those?
Her portable
Back
CD
in
player.
the day. I wonder if it had skip protection on it.
It is the CD version of the Walkman, if you will.
Yes, she's trying to learn the song on guitar.
Yep.
And then Yui's like, Ui comes in.
Ui comes in.
Yui's like, adults are amazing.
You're gonna take your bath? No, not right now. Well, you'll sleep in. Oh, that's fine. I'll take a bath later. Well, do you want juice? No, I'll take tea.
Adults are amazing. I hope I'm an adult when I grow up.
Yep.
We get to the day of the wedding. Everyone's there. And Miss Yamanaka shows up and she's like, I'm sorry, I'm not performing, and all this. And then it cuts to, like, the backstage, or, like, the staff room where everyone is, and just, they are, the members of After School Tea Time are freaking out because they're getting dressed up in the metal.
Yep.
The metal stuff. Ritsu busts out of the door.
While these two waiters are, like, listening in with sweat drops over their heads.
We get to the time for the event. They are introduced as Death Devil.
Yep.
Miss Yamanaka's like, wait, why are the girls up there? What's going on?
Oh, no.
What are they doing? And then they,
Yui, like, messes up initially.
yeah, they begin, and, like, he's like, oh, I'm sorry, I messed a note, let's try it again. And, like, these two ladies are, like, next to Miss Yamanaka, like, oh, with a name like Death Devil, I thought they would be a little bit more extreme, but they're very cute. They're trying their best. You go, Death Devil. Miss Yamanaka's like,
That is not the spirit of Death Devil.
I can't do it. Oh, this is, eventually the lights go out, and then she just jumps on stage, takes Yui's guitar, and starts shredding.
Takes her glasses off, lets her hair down.
Mm-hmm.
Time to go. And then the Light Music Club just stands to the side and just they watch and they dance and
Shake maracas.
they do their dang thing up there because the band goes.
Mm-hmm. We get a bunch of flashbacks of the old Light Music Club.
And they're basically doing the exact same things that the
Yes.
Light Music Club is doing right now. Like, it shows Yamanaka turning in her career sheet and it's saying, like, musician and getting rejected and...
Just hanging out in the club room.
Yep. No tea, but... so it's cute that it shows the flashback and...
Yeah.
Then she throws the wrong hand symbol. Even though she's so concerned about metal.
They do it all the time. That leads to the next day that Miss Yamanaka is just, like, in shock that she had that moment. Which is like, it's fine, it is your fault. And she's like, yes, I said it was my fault.
I said it was my fault. Shut up.
And then some more blushy freshmen come in like, is that you, Miss Yamanaka? We heard about you doing this event. It was real cool. Take a picture with us. Doing bad metal signs.
Bad metal signs.
And Miss Yamanaka's like, oh, I guess they're okay with this. I can still be popular and not have anything bad happen. Yay.
Imagine that.
Yay. And then Ritsu's like, oh, maybe we should change up our band style. Let's put a bunch of makeup on Mio.
Just Mio, though.
Just Mio. And then that's our episode.
Yes. So now we have backstory on the teacher.
We do.
She doesn't know the difference in love and metal.
Well, maybe it's a combination of both. Maybe she's saying, hey, I love metal.
Maybe if you did like this, I don't know. It's still not right. Ah! Anyway, it was fun, and we got to hear a teacher sing Rock Out.
You got to hear Karen Strausman just fucking yell and shout in a metal voice.
Yep, it was good.
Which is real good. Next time, we will be discussing Season 2, Episode number 11. It's called...
Hot!
Hot.
Hot!
Hot.
Eat hot.
It's hot.
It's not hot here, but it might be eventually by the time this comes out.
Hot.
Hot.
So that's what we'll be doing next time. But if you'd like more from us, go to seasonlibracheckup.com or sec.cool, where you can find past episodes of this podcast and other podcasts as well, like Season Library Checkup and Season Library Checkup OVA, and columns and reviews on the side as well. It's where you can also find Ann Ladium at annladium.com. She's got columns and reviews. You can also find us on Twitter, twitter.com/anime checkups, where we do Twitter.
Don't sound too excited.
Hey, let's we're go all this. I lost the train there. Next time, hot.
Hot!